Welcome to the WolfPack Sports Wire, a podcast from the athletic department at Whitefield Academy. Whitefield Academy is a Christ-centered pre-K through 12 college preparatory school located in Smyrna, Georgia. On this show, we highlight our hardworking coaches and student athletes who are excelling in and out of competition.
Welcome back to the WolfPack Sports Wire. I'm your host, Jack Hunter. Welcome to the month of February. It's the week of February 2nd, and today is episode 17 of the show. Our 4 winter sports teams are hitting the home stretch. 5 wrestlers are headed off to sectionals this weekend at Toombs County for a chance to qualify for state. Our swim team has been at state at Georgia Tech this week and closes it out today with the finals. Both our basketball teams decisively defeated Kings Ridge on Tuesday night and will play their last regular season home contest tomorrow night. On today's show, we caught up with girls basketball seniors Emahni Chambliss and Ava Karvis before their senior night game to reflect on their career. Then we sat down with boys basketball coach Greg Blythe to discuss the team's red-hot play. First, here's Ava and Emahni. Emahni and Ava, thanks for joining me today. It's great to have you on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So you guys are having a great senior year so far, 18-3, 9-1 in the region. How fun has it been to be a part of such a successful team so far this year in your senior year?
I'll go first. Ava Karvis, and I would say that growing up through the history of basketball at Whitefield, I've been here since 7th grade. It's definitely a tremendous change versus 8th grade basketball year when we were 0-15. We were losing by like 24, almost losing by 40 each game. And to this year, we've only lost 3 games, 2 of them not even being region. I would say is insane, and it's extremely heartwarming.
Emahni Chambliss here. I've only been at Whitefield for 2 years, but the year before I came, I saw the record, and I was like, this is a school to transfer to. But coming here, meeting all my new teammates and all these new faces, and especially our inspiring coaches from last year and this year, I would say that it's great. This team is very intentional what we do. We have great communication. We're together. The team morale, everything is right there where it needs to be. Also, by just losing 3 games this year, last year I think it was 11, and this year it's only 3. I think we're coming together. We have some really inspired freshmen and some sophomores that contribute a lot. Also, us seniors having a big target on our back with like having to be a leader and being more intentional with what we do, and we can only mess up a little bit, like it comes in handy. And our coaches challenge us every day in practice and in games to lead and put sacrifices in things that we do.
You guys both talked about the program turning around. You guys won 15 games last year, 18 games this year. Take us kind of inside of the program. What has it really taken to make that change and get to a point where you guys are now a top 5 team in the private classification?
I would say on the inside view and the details, it takes 100% commitment by every single player, even if you're not one of the players who play in all the games. I would also say that it takes listening to our coaches and actually doing what they tell us to do instead of getting upset, which is what we would usually do in the past, and we would ignore their advice, or when they would get on to us and tell us to run, we would roll our eyes and get upset. But this year we actually want to run sometimes. And I would also say that it just takes pushing your other teammates, even if it means you get into a little fight with them, or like they get upset at you because they're not doing something right. Just like trying to motivate them in the best way possible and bring them up with you and bring everyone alongside of you instead of tearing them down or yelling at them when they do something wrong.
I would piggyback off Ava. Last year, I would say we had a lot of ups and downs. This year, our coaches, we have 3 female coaches. They've come together to create great game plans and great practice plans. Also, Coach Brooks is here to help us too, coming into after his 8th grade season. I would say that it takes a lot of sacrifice, and what Ava said, a lot of just coming together and wanting to do it, wanting to pursue and get better every day, focus on the little things. Sometimes the little things can get boring, the fundamentals and things, but we take pride in it and we want to get better. And everybody really has a role in the team, and everybody plays their role very well. So those roles and then putting our talents together and our skills has made us really better.
Yeah, that's awesome. So both of you getting celebrated for senior night tonight. Do you have a specific favorite moment, maybe favorite game, or maybe something that happened outside of a game that you remember from your time here at Whitefield?
I put this on my little speech they're going to call out when I walk out for senior night, but one of my favorite moments that has nothing to do with like playing the game of basketball or working out is when we made a trip to Florida this year with the new freshmen that came up, and we were all hanging out in me and Tiana Jones' hotel room. We were coming together as a team and enjoying each other and laughing and hanging out and just having a good time, which at the end of the day is what wins championships with basketball teams.
I would say favorite moment of mine is this season. We went to Florida. We went to Florida last year and we went 0-2. It was bad, but this year we went 2-0. One game was really close and one game was close, but then we took it out with a big 10-point lead at the end. I would say in the game that we won by, I want to say it was like 2 or 3.
We won by 1.
We won by 1. I give it to Millie Newman. Millie hit some clutch free throws and so did Ava to close the game away. I would say that showed me that we can beat the top teams. We can play with the best teams in the state. We could play. It's just us coming together. That was one of the moments that we came together and we said, we're going to win this. And everybody did exactly what we had to do on the defensive side to get off the defensive stops to put it on offense. And that was one of my favorite moments because it was like, yes, I got a team and we're ready to push it out and ready to win.
So you're approaching the end of region play, then you got the region tournament, and then you got the state playoffs. It's a crucial time of the season now that we're in February. What do you guys think it's going to take to make a run and continue to play your best basketball as we get into the month of February?
I say firstly it would take taking care of our bodies outside of sports and school, getting the right sleep, eating the right food, even taking ice baths if you don't want to. I would say as a team it takes togetherness and skill, and it's a lot of trust in each other and communication and defense especially is what's going to pull us through the end. And we're right there with it, especially when we were playing Galloway. And I know a lot of people were upset about the refs and everyone was saying it's the refs' fault, but really it's our fault and we can't control what the refs do. And I feel like if we get into the mentality that we're like very close to stepping into of just next play, hustle down, it's okay, you mess up, and not be so emotional all the time, I feel like we're right there up there with them.
I just have to agree with Ava. Everything she said was pretty much what I was going to say. I would just add on, we have to bring some more, like, intentionality, like, not in what we're doing, but more energy. Like, we have a set energy in practice, and then we'll dip down, and we'll come back up. If we could get our energy to stay consistent through everything, we'll be the team to beat, for sure.
All right. Well, congratulations to you both on senior night tonight and having a great season so far, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Greg Blythe. After Tuesday's win over Kings Ridge, his boys basketball team is now 7-2 in the new year and is currently in line to host a game in the region tournament. Here he is. Now we welcome back Whitefield boys basketball coach Greg Blythe to the show. Coach, it's great to have you on. A lot has happened since we last had you on, so I just appreciate you making the time today.
Absolutely, Jack. Appreciate you.
So you have just a few more region games left until the region tournament. We're recording this the day of your big matchup, the Tuesday night matchup versus Kings Ridge. But currently, as of this recording, your last game was a big win last Friday night over Mount Paran, 79-73. How nice was it to win that back and forth game and be on the winning side of such a close and great basketball game at home?
Yeah, no, it was an electric atmosphere where our blue crew really showed up, and we've been able to create that atmosphere a couple times, but to be able to actually put the performance on the court that warranted the attention, I was really excited how the guys came out. And then, as I said to them in the post game, it's a lot more sweeter the way that it went as opposed to us just running away with it like I thought we might be able to do. But again, earned was much better than given, and I was just proud of the boys and the overall Whitefield community.
Yeah, so you guys are currently sitting at 8-4 in region play. You're 6-2 since the calendar flipped into the new year. How nice is it to see your team really hitting its stride at the right time?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge with winter sports is the health of your roster. So last year, and when the calendar turned to 2025, we felt like we were doing well, but then we had a lot of illnesses and injuries and things like that going through, and so we had a rough go at it. Whereas this year, we have still had some things going on, but overall, we've been majority of our roster has been available, so that's allowed us to continue trending in the right direction because we're just trying to peak at the right time.
We talked about this last time. Big region, 16 teams. It's a super competitive region that has a lot of great teams in it. You're getting 2 of them this week in Kings Ridge and St. Francis. What are you looking to see out of your team this week as you go up against 2 really quality teams?
Yeah, I've talked to them about it's not about what we can do one time. It's about what we can consistently do. And so to not have a feeling as if we're second to anyone, just no discredit to that region and how tough it is. But, when we put our product on the floor and we defend the way that we're supposed to, we really put our best foot forward. So with Kings Ridge and St. Francis, those are 2 tough teams again, 2 different styles of teams, and just another step in the right direction. But all the focus is on tonight with it being the next game.
Yeah, and against Paran, you guys went 4 for 23 from three-point range, and as a team that shoots a lot of three-pointers, if you probably didn't see the score and just saw that, you might be kind of biting your fingers about that. But you guys won in a different way. You were 25 from 30 from the line, really stepped up defensively when you needed. How nice is it to see your team being able to win in different ways and even win on a night where the ball is not really falling shooting-wise? Yeah,
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that one because I think that the style of our play and how we've been playing, and even for the players on the floor, they think that they have to shoot a certain clip from the three-point line to give us a chance. And with the work that they've put in and what we do on the defensive side, while we did give up 73 points, when it mattered most, we were able to get the stops. And so we just always live on that defense, toughness, rebounding. And so when the ball wasn't going through the net, we were able to execute, especially in that overtime period.
Yeah, in the last 3 games, offensively as well, you guys have 17 or more assists and a really good assist-to-turnover ratio. What have you seen from your team being able to share the ball and put together some good shots off good passes?
Well, a lot of that credit goes to my coaching staff and Kevin Mobley, especially because he emphasizes that assist-to-turnover ratio. We have a leaderboard in our locker room, and there's some guys that don't like seeing how bad their ratio had been. So I think that has allowed for the focus. And then the ball doesn't care who scores it. It's not about players scoring it. It's about the team scoring it. So we just are trying to make the right basketball play. And when we do that, we can live with the results.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, if they see a box score, they see Ian Kelly's putting up big numbers. He had 31 points in the last game. Lofton Brown's another guy that's lighting up over double-digit points per game. Who are you seeing that's really also, along with Ian and Lofton, that have been really helping the team out, maybe in a way that people don't normally see?
Yeah, where it starts is on the defensive side. So rotationally, our guys need to make sure that they lock in on the defensive side, and then we can get going. That earns them the right on the offense. So, Lofton, just speaking to him, Lofton was 1 for 10 from the three-point line on Friday night, and that was what he was known for, but instead he ends up having 17 points, and he started creating for others, and so that's what we want. We don't want to just be one-trick pony with anything that we do, but defensively, Miles Rowe, Mahmoud, had a big-time game, stepped up on Friday. He can be our best defender, just trying to work through his inconsistencies where that's expected as a sophomore, and then Connor Wynn is the workhorse. It doesn't always go the best way for him sometimes, but his effort is never lacking, and just his spirit is what I myself strive to be like each and every day.
Yeah, so you're almost about a week from the region tournament. When this comes out, it'll be so. But it's not the traditional format with the new power ratings the past few years, and that it's not just a top 4 gets in. What's going to be the importance of the region tournament, given that it's not, you have to win to get in the top 4 to get into the tournament?
Well, I feel like there's no way you can replicate that atmosphere of a region tournament. So while, the computers and the power rankings have become more of an emphasis, you have to be able to win big-time games and with teams trying to take away with what you do best. And so the environment stays the same for me, even though it's not that element, and we're just you can't replicate that in a practice. So execution, defense, rebounding, and just being able to stay locked in and focused is going to be the key during that time.
Yeah, last thing I got for you. What is one or two things that you're really looking to see your team continue to improve upon? What's going to be a key for this team to make a good run here in the postseason?
Just the belief that I have in them and that our coaching staff has in them, and I feel like just the floor has been raised so that when things are unraveling a little bit like they did on Friday night, we can still stay in the game. And we just have to have that overall belief that what we do in Whitefield basketball is, again, like I said, is second to none. We just got to have that belief, and there is no grass greener on the other side. It's our side is the right side, and so I just have that trust and belief in the guys, and I want them to display that for our fans and for our community.
All right, well, Coach, appreciate the time, and best of luck the rest of this week and the rest of the season.
Thank you, Jack. Go Pack.
That'll do it for today's edition of the WolfPack Sports Wire. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day. Make sure to come out to Friday's basketball games at 6 and 7:30 to support the Pack against St. Francis. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you next time on The Wire.